Welcome to the Spare Parts Racing Podcast, your podcast for all things motorsports. With your hosts, Sean Chavarella, Stephen Clary, and Taylor Moore.
Hear that music?
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Spare Parts Racing. I'm your host, Sean.
And I'm Taylor.
And there is no Stephen this week because the guy got called into baseball, apparently. So,
Wow, how lame. Being active. So lame.
And to make matters worse this week, we also don't have the video portion of the podcast. We just have the audio.
So you can't see our lovely faces on YouTube.
Don't know if I use the word lovely, but anyway. Moving on.
You know, I'm trying to be nice to ourselves. You know, it's 2025. There's not much else we've got going on. So just being nice to yourself.
You still have the raccoon eyes smudged mascara from crying all weekend at Ferrari. So, like, no one wants to see that. It's okay.
You're right. You're right. I am in so much pain.
But on the bright side, after we talk about this week's Hungarian Grand Prix, we have like a month off. You don't need to think about Ferrari. Mm-hmm. We have that to talk about this week, some NASCAR stuff to talk about. And generally, we're kind of in like a summer break kind of mood where there's not a whole lot going on. There's some bits of news and shenanigans to talk about in the world of motorsports. But yeah, we're just going to kind of take it easy, maybe talk a little bit about 2025 as a whole. Take this as a moment to look at the year so far. And we'll go from there and maybe look at some 2026 and some what we think is going to happen in some of the grids in F1, IndyCar, maybe even IMSA. So we have a bit to talk about. So let's start with the trauma.
Okay. Get it over with.
We got to go to Hungary. I need to know how you were feeling on Saturday after qualifying.
Oh, I was feeling so hopeful. I didn't actually watch qualifying, but when I saw the results, and it was honestly the group chat, when I saw the GIF that Sarah sent, I was like, oh, Ferrari did well? So I went to check, and I was shocked that Leclerc got pole. I was hoping for maybe qualified P2, split the McLarens or something. But seeing that Leclerc had pole was delightful. I felt sad for Hamilton because then I saw his comments after qualifying, which kind of broke my heart a little bit for him. But yeah.
No,
it was a mixed bag for Ferrari, but delighted at P1.
Yeah, I think when you're looking at Saturday, for me after qualifying, I'm seeing McLaren's 2-3, Leclerc on pole, and I'm thinking, man, I called this exactly during the week of the only he could get pole and win it. That's his chance.
He could.
And also the Aston Martins were locking out the third row.
Yes, that's right. I was gonna say, and how did you feel? Because Aston Martin was up there too, which was surprising.
I wanted just to hug Adrian Newey, but afterwards, we can talk about it for the Saturday and Alonso's comments after that race. But yeah, Saturday, this is going to be a great race. I'm going to come away happy. Honestly, the race kind of was a downer.
Yep, that's putting it lightly. I have never felt so depressed before noon on a Sunday than I was watching Leclerc just dismantle his strategy.
But
I mean, the car technically, I know that the chassis...
It wasn't his fault.
It wasn't his fault. But it's still sad to see, things happen. And then when you hear the radio of him being we talked about how we can mitigate this. Why didn't you listen to me? And I'm like, oh, no. I mean, it came out after the race that it was a chassis problem and that there was really nothing that they could have done differently to have prevented the problems. But it's still very sad to see the pace and then it drop off continually. And more distraught about the fact that he didn't even come away with a podium at the end of it.
His last stint was so bad.
It was so bad.
He had, I want to say, like 40 seconds on Alonso. And he lost like a second a lap and just dropped through the field.
It was so bad. He lost so much pace in those final laps.
George passed him and was 20 seconds up the road, I'm pretty sure, by the end of the race. Like, there was no pace in that car.
Yeah.
I am amazed he still finished fourth. Again, good points. Yeah, he was 21 seconds behind Russell.
Yeah. Starting on pole, like, that's crazy. But again, like, it wasn't his fault. There was an issue with the car. We can only hope that when they come back from the summer break that Ferrari has results in qualifying again. And, you know, maybe Lewis finds some pace. Like, maybe he goes off, has a little, like, break, you know, has his mentee B, and then he comes back and he's a little bit more positive about his experience.
100%. But like
that poor guy.
Lewis is still taking it in stride. Like he's having a bad year, but he's like he's not bitching about the team and stuff. He's saying it's a him problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I can understand his frustration of going to this team, but also I'm curious what they're going to do next year. Because like obviously Ferrari, you know, we can say this maybe for later, like predictions and like talk about this year and next year and stuff. But like, I think Ferrari is still a good organization to be at. It's still a good team. It's still one of the best teams of all time. And I think Lewis, at the end of his time there, will have said he made the right decision.
Yeah, I agree. I think he is also one of those drivers that's very hard on himself, and you know. A lot of people say like he's obviously up there when we talk about the greatest of all time. He's definitely on that list. He can't not be on that list, but I think that
could be a very good conversation for later for a Mount Rushmore of F1.
Oh, that's a really good conversation.
We'll put a pin in that.
Week.
And we'll go when we actually have Steven.
We'll circle back. Corporate talk.
That was all you. I have nothing to do with that. That was entirely you bringing your damn work into this place.
I'm so sorry. This is not a work-friendly zone.
Fuck
no corporate ease. No corporate ease on the Spare Parts podcast.
No, that's why we swear.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, like I think that Lewis holds himself to like a high standard, and I think it's hard for him to like be struggling this much, but like he's got to give himself some room. Like it's the first year in a brand new car, and Ferrari, like they set up their car completely different than Mercedes. He was in that car for like what, a decade?
Yeah, in that organization, they built that car around him.
Exactly. It's a lot to come to a new team, a team that has basically built themselves around Leclerc for many years. Years.
Since he's got there.
Exactly. Since he's got there, like he's always been Ferrari's future. So now you're coming into a team that the car is built around somebody with a completely different driving style than you. So I think he needs to cut himself some slack. It's going to take a little bit of time to adjust and for the team to meet him halfway and figure out how to set up his car for him. So I don't know. We will see. I hope that he gets some peace during his summer vacation, because it's really sad to think that Ferrari broke Lewis too. After
that would be peak Ferrari. However,
like, yes.
Speaking of breaking,
McLaren
got a 1-2 and did not break any trophies.
I know. That's a miracle.
Lando.
That's a miracle.
Lando happily trotting both his and Piastri's trophy off the podium also was hilarious. But I want to talk about like specifically McLaren here and people saying like, oh, they gave Norris the preferential strategy. You know, they're all trying to like favor Norris over Piastri and stuff like that. And Personally, I think that's BS. I think
Really? You
yes.
do? Interesting, because I think it has legs.
Do you think they gave Norris this win?
I do.
Really?
I do think that Piastri, if it was up to him and his choice, he would not have pit when they did. He would have kept going. He would have gone long.
No, but he wanted to pit. Because here's the thing. At the time, Norris was not the threat. Norris was back in like P4 and he was fucking off and he had no pace.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say because I think there could have been a different outcome. I do think that there was room for Piastri to have this race. But,
I think looking at the results of the race and you look at like the pit stop tracker and everything or like the movements, you can see the argument for them giving it to Norris.
Mm-hmm.
But on the flip side, I think that at the time, they were making the correct decisions.
Okay.
Like, when you watch that first stint and Leclerc is up on Piastri and he is ahead of him, holding pace, Piastri pits to undercut Leclerc. Leclerc matches that. And already in this moment, George had already pit.
Right. Yes.
So the intention was to fight to beat the guy ahead. Norris just happened to stay out because he was the fourth place guy and just didn't have anyone to undercut because he pulled such a gap to Alonso, who was in fifth, that he was allowed to run his own race.
Yeah.
And that benefited him when it came to, hey, he can actually go long, have no pressure behind him.
Yeah.
Pit. He wasn't the leading car when he pit. He was still in third place behind them.
Mm-hmm.
So I think like this idea that they gave the race to Norris, I think is definitely blown out of proportion. Norris
that's
earned
fair.
it.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, like, obviously, I don't think he had a really good race. I don't think it was the team that decided necessarily that he was going to win, right? I think that a lot of this discourse comes from the past few races where it's been very clear that Norris is preferred. I don't think that's a secret. I think that the team would like to say that neither of them are preferred as whoever. But I mean, Zach Brown only really talks about Lando. Doesn't really make a lot of comments about Oscar. I think media-wise, you can tell that Lando is still the golden boy.
Now, is there British bias in that they ask only about Lando from the media?
Possibly, but
what I've been seeing the last few races with McLaren, they don't want them to fight each other on track. They are doing everything they can after the first lap when they're running their own races to alter the strategy by a few laps. So that they are not coming, like, you don't want one to pit and the other to pit right next and then them to be chasing each other on the track and fighting the whole time. They are not trying to pull a Mercedes 2016.
Right, yes.
They're almost splitting the strategy in them. It's like, okay, this guy's stopping here. He's going to go on this tire. Guy's going to go long, maybe go on this. And we're going to change it up. And they've seemed to be doing that ever since Canada. So
yeah,
again,
you make a good point.
I don't think it's necessarily they are benefiting Norris or they have a Norris bias. Because at the end of the day, you're winning the championship.
Yeah, like at this point, it's pretty much decided that like McLaren is going to win. And it's going to be Oscar or Lando who gets the drivers' championship. They can
mathematically win the constructors, I think, next race. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's 3 races. They can mathematically win it by Azerbaijan.
Mm-hmm.
That's nuts. But I think the drivers is tight now. What do we have for the drivers' championship? It's 8 points, I think.
9.
9. Oof.
It's 9 points between Piastri and Norris. Oh, wow. That's tight. I think it's going to be down to the last few races between the two of them.
I hope so.
Apparently, Zach Brown thinks that the two of them are going to come together again at some point.
100%. But that's a great thing for Zach Brown to say.
True. It kind of it kind of makes me think that I'm going to have to walk back my statements.
But if Zach is saying he thinks they're going to have another come together moment because they're just racing so hard for the championship, obviously, yeah. When you're racing hard, you don't want to give up and you want to get by a guy, you're going to come together.
Yeah.
And the reason I think it's a good thing for Zach to say that is it's going to take pressure off. When it happens, it's not going to be this big controversy in the media. It's going to be like, hey, guys, like, we knew this was going to happen. You're not affecting the constructors. We already have that locked up. Take it easy. Don't hurt each other. Race each other clean. Like,
yeah.
I think it's actually a really smart thing as a boss to be like, yeah, I'm expecting them to crash, but like, if they don't, fantastic. If they do, I'm not going to rip their heads off.
Yeah. This came out yesterday, so he made these comments like very recently after the Hungarian GP.
I do respect Zach Brown. I really do. He really calls it as it is.
Like, he does call it as it is. I think that, like, for other reasons, I don't necessarily love him. But, I can respect that, like, he...
Listen, he stopped for a photo with me in the paddock in Toronto. I'm going to count that as...
here we go.
He didn't have to do that, so you know what? Respect.
Okay, so now Sean has only love and respect for Zach Brown because he posed for a picture.
No, I'm still mad he fired Hinchcliffe.
I just don't get that. Like, we love Hinch.
I know.
Anyway.
To be fair, I get it at the time, but, you know, whatever.
At the time, sure.
Listen,
I don't know.
Hinch getting fired got Pato in that seat, so, like, come on.
True. I also think that I still have, like, a bad taste in my mouth after the, like, Pelot situation and how shady that was. And basically how, like, Chip was like, I'm going to sue because this ain't happening. And he basically went like this. Like, hands are clean. I don't care. Do whatever. It's your problem now.
That's valid.
So I think that's what, like, it rubbed me the wrong way. I didn't like it. I still don't really like how he does business, but even the Oscar Piastri thing, like, it was a little suspicious. Like, Oscar kind of screwed Alpine a little bit, even though he sees it the other way around. So yeah, just sometimes does shady business, but I can understand that he's a decent boss. So
he's run McLaren well, is all I'm going to say.
Yeah,
and again, 1-2. What can you say? And the
they're
third
winning.
Third guy in the podium, George Russell.
Kind
of had that handed to him, not going to lie.
No, he had that handed to him. He wouldn't have had a podium if Leclerc's car didn't break down, basically. So anyway, let's move on. I hate talking about Russell.
Agreed. I was going to say, I just want to punch him sometimes. Like, when he was fighting with Leclerc and his bitching on the radio, oh my god, he's moving, he's gonna get us killed, or whatever the hell he was. Like,
he's gonna get us killed, it's so dangerous, what's he doing?
George, shut the fuck
And then
up.
for him to continuously complain in the cool down room. Like, this guy's the president of the GPDA? This guy.
His best line in the cool down room was when Piastri locked up and just missed Lando. He looked at them. Why didn't you T-bone him? Honestly, kind of fucking funny. That's kind of fucking funny.
But this guy's such a hypocrite, I swear.
I know, right? Like, George, shut up. Anyway.
Again, this is the president of the GPDA.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Again.
Unprofessional.
Other people.
So unprofessional.
Other people to shout out from the Hungarian Grand Prix. Aston Martin, Alonso Stroll, 5-7. Best result as a team on the year.
Round of applause for Lance Stroll and Alonso, I guess. But
like
yay.
they had pace, like legitimate pace in qualifying and in the race.
Yes, they did. It was impressive.
Given Stroll's comments, like from what, Silverstone?
When he was talking about how it's like the worst car he's driven in his entire career.
Where he said it was the worst car, but not just that, and how when the car is light on fuel, it's undrivable, basically.
Right.
Now, all of a sudden, for qualifying, it was light on fuel. You locked in the third row. You're doing something good there.
Right, yeah.
And you maintained that pace throughout the race, came 5-7. You only got passed by Bortolello on the start of the race because he had a great start. And, yeah, Gabriel Bortoletto came home 6th, and that's another result. You have to be like, damn.
Yeah, good for him.
Good for him. Good for Sauber.
Yeah,
Sauber's
found some pace.
Yes.
They found some pace. And, like, Nico was 13th and still not bad.
Yeah. And the final guy to shout out is the top scoring Red Bull of the weekend, Liam Lawson.
That's his best result all season.
Yeah, man, move over, Max Verstappen. New guy coming through.
Okay. Ugh, Max, I think, is just like, I don't know. We could talk about his future when we talk about our season predictions for next year. But
Yes.
I think he's pulling his hair out a little bit. He probably needed this break.
I honestly think Max does not give a fuck right now.
Possibly, probably. He never does.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. But yeah, that's kind of it for the F1 stuff. Anything else for this weekend?
For this weekend, I guess overall, shout out William Byron for winning the race on fumes.
Yep. The NASCAR race at Iowa, that's probably going to be the last NASCAR race at Iowa. Because for some reason, everyone hates Iowa now.
Oh, aren't there so many races that people hate? But then again, we could beating the dead horse.
The funniest thing of the weekend, okay? And this also goes to show of NASCAR being weird.
Mm-hmm.
At Iowa this weekend, you had all the major series, right? Do you know what series posted the fastest pole time at Iowa this weekend?
Please tell me it was the trucks.
It was ARCA.
Really?
ARCA was faster than the Cup Series on
crazy.
Pole position at Iowa.
Yikes.
Put some power into these cars.
Oh my gosh. Come on. You can't look at that and say that you don't have issues with your cars.
Yes, and to see Byron win, which I mean great for Byron. Fantastic. I bet on him. I won money on it. I was happy.
Oh, good.
The frustrating thing is when you're watching him lead the race, half throttle down the straight for the rest, he didn't go full throttle the last, I want to say 5 laps.
That's crazy.
He was half throttle down the straight. He was lifting in the corners. Again, he made the gas work. He got there in the end. But now we're just seeing races that in NASCAR that are just fuel mileage because that's the only thing you can do to ultra strategy. The cars don't have power and they can't pass. And the tires just either fall off too quickly or don't fall off at all. And in a year, I'd say maybe in 2 years, Iowa has gone from one of the most beloved short tracks, I think, in America.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone loved IndyCar there. They were clamoring to get NASCAR there. To now everyone hates it and no one wants that on the schedule anymore. Explain that one to me.
That doesn't make any sense.
No. I think Iowa's still a good track.
NASCAR never makes any sense. But
But
Alas.
it's the whole nature of like even just motorsports right now in North America. It's fucking whack.
It is whack. There's a lot of whack stuff happening in North American motorsports.
Not to be confused with WEC. That's over in Europe. Heyo.
Ayo.
I mean, technically that's world, but anyway, whatever.
Whatever. It's not North American based.
Does WEC have a North American race? Don't they race in Coda?
Yes.
Yeah. Still can.
Yes.
Anyway.
Anyway.
So yeah, that was NASCAR. Byron won.
Yeah. Woohoo.
I think it was his 4th of the season, 3rd of the season maybe.
I think 3rd.
Okay.
I think 3rd. I don't know. Not that he's gonna win the championship because we know how that goes. But anyway.
You're saying that now. I'm going to throw $5 on him to win the championship because you said that.
Okay.
Because you're always wrong. So like,
that's true. I am always wrong. Wait, no. Hold on. There was 1 week where I wasn't wrong.
We don't talk about that week. Wasn't it like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I got all of the
fair.
winners right. I was shocked. Even down to NASCAR. But anyway. So that's kind of the weekend, I think.
Yeah, that's the weekend. NASCAR is off to Watkins Glen this weekend, so congratulations, SVG, for another win. IndyCar is in Portland, so congratulations, Alex Palou, for another win. I'll be happy to see Kevin Simpson on the podium again there. That'd be great.
That would be great. Where is the receipt? Where's the order confirmation for?
I don't know what you're talking about. We're not.
Yeah. Okay. So we did we bring this up last week that we ran
never
it back?
brought it up. No, we never did.
Okay. Well, we ran it back, and just for our listeners, we were right. Sean is wrong. He 100% said that if Kiffin Simpson gets a podium, he's going to buy all of his merch. So I can't wait to see the jersey, the hat, the weird like license plate thing that they have. I don't know. I can't wait.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We'll get there when we get there. That's an off-season purchase.
Yeah, it's not okay.
I'll get it when it's on sale.
Yeah, that's fair. It's not that bad price-wise though. He is kind of cheap to buy for merch for.
Honestly, he is. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Okay. That's kind of the weekend racing.
F1 is off for the next few weeks because they're their summer break.
Yep. Superbikes. It's this weekend.
Are you doing Superbikes this weekend?
I am doing Superbikes this weekend. So
nice.
when I am shell shocked or whatever shocked next week when we record.
Listen, what's the worst thing you've seen doing Superbikes?
Somebody hit the wall and like go off of his bike and roll over the wall, and then the bike caught fire. That was my first year.
Was he safe?
Yeah, eventually.
Did he live?
Yes, he lived.
Then we're all fine. No problem.
Yeah, well, hopefully, nothing happens this year. Yeah, hopefully everybody stays safe. Apparently, it's going to be dicey though because it's their last race of the season for the championship. So the championship is decided this weekend. And there are 4 guys vying for it. So
that's gonna be so much fun.
You should have marshaled it, Sean.
Unfortunately, I had other commitments for the weekend, so I could not.
That's fair. That's okay.
Let me know who dies.
Life. Okay. We're not putting that energy out, but I will let you know.
I hope you get traumatized.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, so one thing I wanted to talk about was because we're kind of at the halfway point of the season.
Yes.
Give or take, roughly, yada yada. Let's look at 2025 as a whole so far.
All right.
What are your thoughts on the world of motorsports currently in 2025? This season, the good, the bad, like whatever take you have, let me hear how you're thinking about it, and we can discuss. This is very open-ended on the year so far.
It's open-ended. I think that shockingly, IndyCar has been the most boring series to watch, which I did not predict. I thought it would be. It's usually more exciting than F1. F1 has been okay. Interesting to see the McLaren dominance, but I still think that there's a lot there. So it's been okay. I'm interested to see next year. Like, honestly, 2025 is kind of a wash for me with F1 because the regulations are coming next year. So I'm like, whatever. Have your success. We'll see next year. But IndyCar, like with Palou just dominating, it's been like, why watch a race? What's the point? And I hate feeling like that about IndyCar because IndyCar is usually so exciting. But then there's all that Penske garbage, so.
Yeah, like. I agree. Like, there is a lot of Penske garbage, I would say, with IndyCar right now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, it's really weird, right? Where we're at this point in the season where we're pretty much halfway through. I would almost argue that all major championships are wrapped up.
Which is crazy.
It is. Like, IndyCar is going to Palou. Again, you have NASCAR and you don't know what's going to happen because stupid playoffs. But NASCAR is in a fun state right now where you've had so many different winners in the year.
Yeah.
That if you didn't have a playoff format, I would be fascinated to see how, I guess, NASCAR would shape out this season. Mm-hmm. Because literally it's all over the place. Like, it's been a fantastic season for guys getting results, and like people love to see that. Mm-hmm. F1,
I will,
jump in.
Yeah, no, I was gonna for NASCAR also. I will say 2025. Well done with the Dale Earnhardt documentary.
That's fair.
So good, so good.
I still think
you have to watch it. It's so good, but it also made me wish that NASCAR would revert back to some of the ways things that they used to do, like the all-star race being the cream of the crop, basically.
Yes.
Right? Like the best of the best, not just some gimmicky stupid race. Like it was actually a big deal to be there at the all-star race.
It meant something.
Yeah, like it actually meant something. It counted for points. Like it wasn't just stupid. Yeah. So I would love to see that return, and maybe it would make it more interesting. But yes, watch it. I think it does. It's a great thing for NASCAR to have put out at this time. I'm not sure how much involvement they had, but the family was heavily involved, which was nice. But anyway, yes,
Dale
F1.
Jr. is fantastic for NASCAR.
I love Dale Jr.
He, I think, is holding up that series and basically doing everything good in NASCAR right now. Yes. Everything the NASCAR organization is screwing up, Dale Jr. is making better in his own ways, whether it's working with iRacing and the NASCAR game. Again, the Earnhardt documentary.
Oh, yeah, the NASCAR game. I forgot about that.
That's going to be really exciting. I'm going to talk about that when it comes to the future 2026 outlook. I think that's going to be really important. But yeah, I see NASCAR as actually having a decent season all around, despite the issues with the car. Can't wait for the 2026 schedule to come out officially and see what's on, what's not.
Is Montreal on there? There's been so many rumors about that, but
I think it might come in 2027, but
maybe. So maybe it's future outlook.
Yeah. For F1, it's interesting that the constructors is basically locked up in the top, but this has been one of the greatest years for a midfield battle.
Yes, so true. So true.
When it comes to the team standing, the worst team still has 20 points halfway through the season.
Which is crazy because most of the time I would say there's at least one team that has 0 or 1.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Week in, week out, it's on who's going to be the top team. Williams is currently 5th in the constructors in F1.
Which is what we actually, like, that's what we thought was going to happen. We all thought that Williams was kind of going to be the best of the rest, like, outside of the top 4.
They're up by 18 points.
Yes. I think Mercedes being ahead of Red Bull was a little bit surprising. But I would say the biggest surprise is Sauber.
Yes.
That has by far been the biggest surprise of
but
the
it
season.
didn't start that way. Like, they started off terribly, and they're probably having one of the best seasons. And if you're thinking next year that team's going to come in as Audi, that's a pretty good program to build off of.
Yes.
So
yes,
as much as like F1 constructor is kind of a downer this year, I feel like there isn't a whole lot really. There isn't a lot of talking around the F1 paddock. You know what I mean? Like, it just is what it is. Not a lot of rumors, not a lot of like intrigue going on.
Yeah.
But I'm going to guess for next year, it's going to be fascinating with Audi in, with Cadillac.
A whole new team on the grid.
Aston Martin actually getting a chance to do something with Newey.
New regulations.
Red Bull rebuilding itself. Mercedes figuring itself in this new era of George. Maybe could have been Max. I don't know. Kimi Antonelli.
When are the Ford engines coming in? 2026 or 2027?
I think it's even later. I think it's like 2028. It's like, I thought it was a while.
Is it?
Or is it 2026? Maybe I'm thinking of the Cadillac ones.
Yeah, because Cadillac is coming in. No, I think it's 2026.
No, yeah. Ford comes in next year. Lol.
Okay, Red Bull. Like, why?
Yeah.
At this point, I think, like, for 2026, like, whenever we're talking future, maybe best of the rest, if that. I have no trust whatsoever in those engines.
Yeah, and we like, they're still working on like figuring out the I guess final regulations for that too. Like, it still hasn't even been, I guess, finalized. I'm going to be interested to see what Honda does coming back also.
Right, because they're coming back with Aston Martin. Right?
Yep, that's so fucking weird to think about.
That is really weird to think about, and I am so shocked that...
Don't forget, Renault's giving up its power unit next year, too. They're taking, I think, Mercedes.
Oh, yeah! I also forgot that!
There's like, next year for F1
crazy stuff.
Might be so fascinating compared to this year.
Yeah.
This year is like the calm before the storm. It's like, okay, it's kind of fun. We're out here having a good time. Next year, you'll see shit hit the fan.
I feel like in the past decade, this has been like 2026 is going to see some of like the most changes in a while for F1.
Yes.
With new regulations, a whole new team, a new engine coming in, like a new engine manufacturer coming in. There's going to be more engine manufacturers coming in. And just the amount of like change between teams and like in the team management that's happened. There is so much that's going to be different next year, and it's going to be crazy. Like, I feel like it's going to be really, really crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fascinated to see how Cadillac is going to do in their first year.
No, I agree with that. That's going to be interesting.
Well, with their rumored lineup, I think it's going to be very interesting.
What's the rumored lineup?
Well, rumor has it, and it's like all but like basically publicly confirmed by like Cadillac F1 or whatever they're calling themselves, that they are going to have Valtteri Bottas and Sergio Perez as their drivers for that team.
I don't like it. Personally, I don't like it.
I mean, you have two veterans. I understand wanting to go with two veterans when you're like beginning a program.
Yeah.
But I do think that it would have been also smart to have brought in like youth to build your team around for the foreseeable future, right? Because like I don't know, like it's unfortunate, but like Bottas and Perez have been kind of cycled out of F1
They got beat.
because they got beat, right? So I think it would have been like maybe bringing in one of those guys in your lineup, and then hello tooth,
Yes, I
and
have a
then
cat.
yes, cat, and then saving one seat for like a younger, like up and coming driver who kind of, you know, giving somebody the chance to prove themselves in the series. I think that would have been a good move, but because then you would have like learning
I'm
the person to learn
surprised.
from.
I'm surprised, and I wonder if you might see this during the summer break. No one's trying to poach any rookies from this year.
No.
Some big team could go after Bortolello like real bad. I think he's had a really good looking season. So, not sure if one of those guys want to be like, someone wants to go after them, someone wants to go after like a Hadjar or something. Like there's a lot of good talent out there, it seems, with a lot of good young guys, and I just don't really see going after some aging veterans. How old's Perez?
30 something? Late 30s?
He is 35.
Okay, so that's not that bad.
No. Contemplating that
When-
Perez is only like 5 years older than me fucking hurts my brain.
But also let's like consider that Alonso is in his 40s and still racing,
Yeah.
and Lewis is in his late 30s, is he not?
I think he's like 39, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh,
like
no, Lewis is 40. He is hits 40.
Oh, so he's 40? What?
Yeah.
The heck? He still looks like he's 28.
Daddy Lewis is all I'm saying.
You know what? Maybe it's the plant diet. I don't know. Like, maybe he's got, like, just the plant diet's doing wonderful things for him. But, like, I want to know his skin routine. Because, like, bro doesn't wrinkle.
I don't know.
Wow. He's in such, like, for 40? Anyway, we're not going to, like, thirst. It's not like a Hamilton thirst pod, but just, you know, saving space for he looks great.
So for next season, though, for F1, because we're already
Yes.
talking kind of this season, I think, you know, we know the guys who've done well, the guys who have not. Obviously, for next season, there are still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seats unaccounted for.
That's crazy. Well, one of them's
For-
Alpine, and I think that they're just going to rotate. Like, they seem to not be able to make up their mind.
No, they go whoever has the biggest check.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Like Gasly and check.
Yeah. The Mercedes duo will be interesting to see if they should be keeping the pair of them, I think.
Well,
but that's
Kimi...
unconfirmed.
Oh, both seats are unconfirmed? I thought Kimi signed for longer.
The article I'm seeing shows both seats unconfirmed. And
Okay,
it's
so...
back in June.
Right. Well, Antonelli, we know, is for sure going to be there. They basically put all their eggs in that basket for the future. So, unfortunately, it's probably going to be George. Oh, well.
I think so.
I think
the Max thing has fizzled out. He's going to stay with Red Bull.
Yeah, I think the clause didn't kick in, so he has to stay.
Yes, 100%. George tried to beat him, but, just couldn't get there.
George, he's stupid. Anyway.
So really the only seats available for next year are the Racing Bull ones, because everyone else is locked in for next year.
Including Tsunoda?
He's technically not in a seat. Like Racing Bull and Red Bull, all those ones, those 3 remaining ones are those.
Okay.
So Red Bull is still stuck in this revolving door of what do we do?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what Mekis does.
Yeah.
And how he decides to run the team, because I think he's
what say does he have is my question too. Will he get
true.
overridden by a guy like Helmet?
Oh gosh. Honestly, can we please chuck him into the sun at this point?
No.
Ugh, he's got to go. The
Helmut Marko
dinosaur has
forever.
got to go. No. Ew. I do not like him.
No one does.
He is so unlikable. He is horrendously unlikable. As a person and as somebody who has decisions in personnel. But anyway, we'll
That
see.
is fair.
We'll see what happens with Red Bull. I think that they're going to struggle next year. I don't really see it being a good year for them. You know, being the new regulations, not having Adrian Newey for the first time in like a long time.
Yeah, who would be your favorite as of right now for next year?
Aston Martin, 100%.
Honestly, I was thinking the same thing.
Because Adrian, like, it's what he does. It's how Red Bull has had so much success. Like, he took the regulations and went cool.
His
like,
entire thing is he loves regulation changes.
Yes, this is his favorite thing. This is his most successful cars come after regulations. And I don't see McLaren having a good year because when the regulations that are current, when they came into play, they had a terrible couple of seasons after that. They could not figure it out.
Well, I think also, like, I'm thinking with these, like, it's going to be very dependent on engine regulations.
Yes.
And who's going to be able to nail that? I think Ferrari is like a middle of the pack engine. They're not fantastic, but they can, it's there. They put enough resources into it to make it work, sort of, and then they cheat to maybe make it a little bit better.
I was going to say it's because they couldn't find a loophole.
Exactly. Mercedes, we know, is good. They were one of the original adopters of the turbo 1.6 liter hybrid. They were the ones pushing for that back in the day, and they had the advantage in 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So they finally, nailed it. But we're also knowing that a big company pushing for electrification and stuff like that is also Honda, which is why I think with the Aston Martins, they will, if Honda's building that engine, they could make a very good, strong hybrid and have very good power delivery and like power capacity. So I could see next year being like a three-way fight between like Aston, Mercedes, and McLaren.
Not McLaren. I think Ferrari. I don't think McLaren are going to come out on the other side of this.
I don't know either. I had to give it to them because of the last couple of years of what they've done. I feel like I have to give respect to McLaren. But no,
Yeah,
I do agree. It is so unsure.
Even us having this conversation, like, it's not going to matter because new regulations are kind of like are wild, and
100%.
it all depends on how a team interprets them and a team strategizes with them and how they end up implementing them in the car design. And that's so subjective between like from team to team, right? So we know we're going to get things that are illegal. We're going to see some spicy stuff. But we'll see. I don't know. It's just historically, at least from when I've been watching, historically, McLaren has not taken well to new regulations, at least in the first couple of years.
I do agree with that. That's the only thing I will definitely agree with. It's like they haven't done well at regulation changes, but they get better, it seems. So
they do get better. So maybe not next year, maybe not 2027, maybe 2028 McLaren will come back. We'll see.
Oh, did you see also last week Aston Martin sold its stake in the F1 team?
Really?
Yeah. So Aston Martin, like the car company, sold its remaining like whatever percentage of the F1 team for 100.
To who?
It doesn't say. To 104 for $146 million.
What?
So technically, Aston Martin, the car company, has zero actual ownership of Aston Martin, the the F1 team. But technically, both entities are owned by the same person, Lawrence Stroll. So like, it still counts.
Yeah, it's Lawrence.
Yeah. Like
Big Daddy Lawrence.
Yeah,
like...
they sold their their ownership, but they still have like a what's it called? like a partnership to them keep using the Aston Martin name and all that stuff, like a branding deal and all that kind of stuff. So, but I thought that was interesting. Also, for 2026, going back to the Audi conversation. I don't know if you're going to like this. Did you see the news about IMSA and Lamborghini?
Oh, I feel like I did see this news, but now I'm forgetting.
Lamborghini is pulling out of its hypercar program.
Yes, right. Yes.
Which
that sucks.
To be fair, that car is dog shit.
It is kind of garbage, but it's disappointing that
they didn't have cooling. Grosjean was cooking alive again.
He was becoming the Phoenix 2.0.
No, he was becoming a roast turkey at that point.
Or roast chicken, a good old grocery store roast chicken.
Yeah, so it's unfortunate, I would say, that they're pulling that, but it makes sense because Audi's coming in. So there might be a little more resources being kicked over to the Audi F1 project than the IMSA project, which is disappointing. Plus, you have... I'm surprised, though, because like last week we talked about Rahal losing its partnership with BMW. Why wouldn't they just pick up with Lamborghini? But probably no one wants to run that car. So
most likely nobody wants to run that car.
It is so underbaked. Like, there is no cooling. There's no proper things in it. Like, it is so unfortunate.
Yeah, that's tough.
But I think it's probably the right decision.
Yeah, I mean, they weren't necessarily getting good results either. So I can understand that like the investment wouldn't be there. Like the return on investment isn't there at this point.
Agreed. But it's still fascinating where you're losing the one car, I would say, the Lamborghini and the GTP class or the hypercar class for sports car racing. You're still gaining 3 more over the next couple years.
Yeah, true.
So, yes, the lost Lamborghini. But Lamborghini also said, we're not fully getting rid of it. We're just, like, taking a break. Like, honestly, I would love to see Lamborghini take a year, develop the car, and then bring it back and be like, okay, we fixed it. It's actually now a good car. Come back with, like, an Evo version of it where it's actually decent. And like rehomologate that into the hypercar. That'd be fantastic. I hope they do that because I think you want to be on the sports car train as that's chugging right now.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely you do. IMSA. IMSA's been a good series. And like honestly, 2025.
This weekend's kind of struggled for them. Because Road America was a kind of a shit show.
Yeah, Rexy didn't do well.
Did Rexy not do well?
Rexy didn't do well. Spike did great. Spike won again.
Yes.
Rexy got knocked around a little bit, so
everyone got knocked around a little bit.
I know. It was a lot. Like it was a mess. But I'm only like I can only be more excited every single year for IMSA and the growth that it has as a series. So I hope that it continues to get more viewership. It's a great little series. It really is.
Little series. It's only the second best sports car series in the world. So
correct.
Next to WEC, obviously, because WEC is also its own beast.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
But yeah, it's been good. I'm excited to see its growth next year. If it can continue its growth, and again with more manufacturers coming in, again, IMSA is looking great. This season has been fun so far. You've had a lot of good races in IMSA. My favorite so far has been Watkins Glen.
Yeah,
that was a hell of a race at 6 hours. CTMP was fun, but missing the GTPs kind of sucked.
I know. It's so disappointing that they don't bring them to CTMP, but it was still like a decent race. But yeah, I would say that
blame
I would
Roger
agree.
Penske for that one. Because he wants to bring them to Detroit instead of bringing them up into most.
You know what? That guy sucks.
Yes.
That guy sucks. so much.
I'm fucking tired of him. Anyway,
He's so old. He's gonna die anyway.
it'll be fantastic. Not that he hasn't done great things for the sport, but like I'm also just tired of him just being him.
Yeah, well, like you can do great things for the sport and then be a terrible person. And then start making terrible decisions when you're like, what, 90 something? A dinosaur?
It's always the like once you hit 90, you just make terrible decisions and you just screw a bunch of people over and you have no
He's
repercussions.
senile.
You die soon. It's okay.
He's basically senile at this point.
I will say one thing with NASCAR. I'm going to be very curious to see with the new NASCAR game coming out.
Right.
If they really nail this, it's been really fun seeing, I guess, the drivers playing it and having like social media posts doing their thing and basically saying like when they were growing up, the NASCAR games were a big part of their lives. I grew up with the EA NASCAR games. They were a fucking blast. I loved them.
Yeah.
I had NASCAR, I think, 03 all the way up to like 08. And like great times.
Oh, years.
Yeah.
All right.
Then it went to like Xbox and have an Xbox. I couldn't play it. Anyway.
See.
That was when console wars also affected what you could play. But we're past that now in the world. Mostly. So if this NASCAR game really does take off, I'd be interested to see what it does with NASCAR, but also for like the younger viewership of NASCAR.
Yeah, yeah.
And again, IndyCar, if you could figure your fucking shit out with a video game.
See, that's how you could draw a lot of people in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, one can only hope. Like, hopefully the NASCAR game is going to be good. I mean, with like the amount of involvement that like NASCAR has had in its development, and like I think you said that Dale Earnhardt Jr. has been a part of that, right?
Yeah, he's been working with iRacing a lot.
Yeah, so I can only hope that they're going to like produce a game that is actually pretty good, and like it will end up drawing people in, I think, to watching NASCAR.
Watching it, taking kids to the track, doing stuff like that. Like,
yes,
there's so much positive stuff that can come from it, but it's just about how it actually develops.
Yes, absolutely. And again, like this is another dead horse that we have on the show, is that we always talk about what IndyCar could be doing to expand their fan base and like the good things that they could be doing for the sport and for the series, and they just won't do it.
There is a fun conversation to be had for every single motorsport series what they could be doing better.
Oh, 100%. They all could be doing something better.
They all could be doing something better. Some more than others, but like
some more than others.
There's definitely an argument to say, why are you not doing this for every single one of them?
Yeah, I mean, like, I think we've had, for every major series that we've talked about on the show, there's always been, like, a point where we're like, why aren't you doing this? You should be doing this. Like, F1, we were, always talking about, why are you not adding another team to the grid? And then they finally did with Cadillac. And then, NASCAR, we have our forever argument about, like, just the way that they structure their series and their seasons. And with IndyCar, it's always, how much they put into the series themselves. The investment that they don't make in themselves, the old chassis, the questionable marketing materials. Anyway.
No, 100%. Like, I'm excited for, this is going to sound terrible. I'm excited for 2025 to be over because I'm so excited for what 2026 can bring.
I don't think that is terrible. I think that is a great perspective.
But
and
I don't want to
agree.
shit on this year because like this year has been fun. We have had some very good races. We have had some good moments. It's just, I feel like it's just like, when it comes to the grand scheme of stories and stuff coming out of motorsports, there isn't a whole lot. Most stories coming out of motorsports are negative. See this week.
Yeah. It has been lacking like good positive
Vibes?
news and vibes, yes.
The vibes are down in motorsports.
They really are, and it's so
not
sad.
motorsports' fault. It's never
No.
been the actual racing or the series' fault. It's just like everything else around it.
It's the people. Like, it's some of the
Yes.
people. No, I agree. I also think that we can still look forward to next year and what next year will bring, and recognize that 2025 has had its moment. Like, some moments.
Definitely.
But I think that being excited for next year doesn't invalidate that, if that makes sense.
No, agreed. And I'm still like, I'm not going to not pay attention to the rest of this year. I want to see what happens. I want to enjoy the racing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be fun to see how this year plays out. But I'm also ready for 2026 already.
Yeah, well, we know. I think part of it too is we know how exciting 2026 is going to be. That it's like, okay, I want to see what happens.
Oh, I'm more excited for 2026 for the shit that you're not going to see happening. Because you know there's going to be such fun stuff, so much hype.
True.
What driver is going to go on a drunken bender and fucking do something stupid or post some dumb shit? I'm excited to see what crazy stuff that we're not expecting to happen.
Oh, you mean the chaos?
Yes.
Yes. So you're excited to see the chaos that will come, because it always comes.
I feel like there's more chaos when more things are happening.
True. There is. Absolutely.
Like, we are in such a lull in the motorsports world right now where, like, people seem very content. People are just kind of enjoying it, vibing with it. It's a year where people know there's not a whole lot changing. Championships are being won by the guys you expect to win them. Deals are being made that you'd expect to make, like
Yep.
Max staying at Red Bull expected, George staying at Mercedes expected. So, like,
Yep.
you're just vibing and you're just waiting for next year. And then when next year's happening, people will do dumb shit. I guarantee it.
Oh yeah. There's gonna be some wild stuff that happens. Absolutely. We still have half of a season left.
I know, it's so long.
It's long, but it's short. I mean, like with IndyCar, we have three. We all know now that it's the final stretch.
The final stretch. Jesus.
Final stretch.
That was terrible.
Again, this was like the bad, questionable marketing materials that IndyCar put out. Like, who proofread that? Like,
Yeah.
honestly, who proofread that?
For anyone who didn't see, the final stretch was a nice IndyCar poster. I'm pretty sure you can still find the original copy of it on
Probably on Reddit.
Yeah, I think it's on the IndyCar subreddit. Where what they did was they posted the poster that said final stretch, but they like did a fancy font for final for the F. For the F.
Just
made
the
it
F.
look like anal stretch. Fucking
the
genius.
Anal stretch. I just like, it was really funny because depending on who you asked, right? Like, you sent it to our group chat and I didn't see it at first. I was like, oh yeah, like, why are we even hyping this up? Like, Pillow's gonna get it, whatever. And you're like, oh, you didn't see it, did you? And as soon as you do, you're like,
It's so bad.
But I showed it to Connor and he immediately was like, oh, the anal stretch? Like, what is this?
Yes.
But like, and then I showed it to Peter and he was like, I don't see it. I'm like, what do you mean you don't see it? So I think it was all in like how you read it, but like once you see it, you're like, no, this is
once
so
you see
bad.
it, you cannot unsee it.
This is so bad.
100%.
But obviously they're very tuned in to the internet exploding because the official poster that they put on the IndyCar Instagram is like all the same font. So there is no weird fancy F. It is just all the same block letters.
Yeah, they fixed that fast.
They did. Anyway, final stretch for IndyCar.
Final stretch. Let's do this.
3 more races. Congratulations, Alex Palou. Yeah, we've got half a season left for F1, which is crazy. We're coming up to the kind of final races for NASCAR before the playoffs start. So,
yep, there are
interesting times.
Let me just pull it up here. How many are there left? It is
like 3, 4.
It's more than that. Nope, it's 3. 3 left for NASCAR regular season.
Mm-hmm.
Watkins Glen, SVG wins. Richmond, boring short track. Daytona, roulette.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a very interesting end of the season.
Yeah. So it's going to be crazy. So yeah, we've got some, I think, fun races ahead. We'll see how it plans out. We'll see how the second half of the season pans out.
No, that's fair. Anyway, on that fantastic note, thank you very much for listening to this week's episode. We'll be back next week to talk all things motorsports again. And remember to like, subscribe, and do all the fun things. Thank you, and goodbye.
Thank you for tuning in to the Spare Parts Racing podcast. Remember to subscribe so you don't miss an episode, and follow the show on Twitter at sparepartsracing. That's sparepartsracing, and on TikTok at sparepartspod. Follow the hosts at Sean Chavarella, at Stephen Clary, and at Tate Moore.